Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another very important video on Schengen visa. Last night, a couple of them requested to prepare cover letter and itinerary for their Schengen visas, which they're going to reapply and stated it's very important. So before providing them the cover letters, I just wanted to understand why their Schengen visa was rejected, and that was the main reason for making this video to help you guys. This video was not at all scheduled. I wanted to make video on some other topic, but this came up last night, so I wanted to make this video and present it to you guys. So before I begin my video and explain you what really happened, as you can see on my screen, 98% of you are watching my channel are non-subscribers. So kindly hit the subscribe button and support my channel. As you know guys, I got my Schengen visa a few months back, and I had listed my troubles of applying Schengen visa to Norway, and they took a lot of time. It was really painful experience, and they finally gave my Schengen visa. I got my Schengen visa just for 15 days, that too it was single entry, no more, no less. So last night, a couple basically, when I say couple of them, a couple basically reached out to me on Instagram asking for a cover letter and itinerary. So cover letter is the reason why their Schengen visa was rejected. So when you go through agents, visa agents, what's going to happen is you're going to give a package of 15,000 to him, and you're going to pay the embassy fees, which will all come up to around 25,000. That is the minimum charge. If you apply on your own, why I'm telling this again and again is very important for you guys to know. Any Schengen visa for any country, whether it may be VFS or BLS, anywhere through whom you apply, including VFS fees, including the embassy fees, will max to max be 10,000 rupees. I spent around 9,000 or 8,500 including VFS fees for my Norway visa. So when you submit it to agents, obviously you will not see those cover letters, right? It will be directly sent. The information will be given to the agent. Agent will kind of prepare everything for you and give it to you. Just go through it. You just don't take it too seriously to see the cover letter. What's the data? Because you've already paid for a service, and you should be confident that whatever he gives you, he or she gives you, must be very legitimate. That is what has happened when applying for Italy visa. So the itinerary, day-to-day itinerary is correct, the tickets were correct, the dummy hotel bookings, flight bookings were correct, the plan were correct, the internal flight tickets, everything were perfect in their Schengen visa. They are IT employees, they are working, they have pay slips, they have IT returns, everything was perfect guys. Because of carelessness of mentioning everything in the cover letter, which is so important, was rejected because of improper or insignificant cover letter. That was the reason for visa rejection. Now, I have told many of you guys, I've prepared cover letters for you for a lot of people, not only for Schengen visa, for Turkey visa, for Egypt visa, mostly for Turkey visa, and all of them have got their Turkey visas. When they got their Turkey visas, they messaged me on Instagram saying, you know, I've got the Turkey visa, thank you so much for your service. My service of giving cover letters are very reasonable cost guys, not what a visa agent would charge. I'll explain you the importance of cover letter. The importance of cover letter or a day-to-day itinerary reflects, and both should be properly submitted in terms of documentation. Now, if you submit, say you're going day-to-day itinerary, if you submit, and let's say you're going for 20 days, but the same, if you don't make the same 20 days in your cover letter explaining why you should be granted a visa, and the style or the way you prepare your cover letter would define how many days they give you visa. Like many of you don't know this, the way you present or prepare your cover letter or day-to-day itinerary, which are the most key and important documents, because when you submit your visa application, the first thing they're going to check is your cover letter and day-to-day itinerary. They would want to check your passport, they would want to check what you have mentioned in the cover letter, what is your travel history, and to where all you have been, and is that information correct in your cover letter. That's why they say when you're preparing cover letter or itinerary, you should be very careful not to make any mistakes. If you make any mistakes due to negligence, or you're really not interested to prepare cover letters for someone, it is going to be a visa rejection. Now their visa was rejected, they have lost 100 euros, which is almost close to 10,000 rupees, and now they have to reapply with the proper documentation. See, you may ask, okay, if you make a small mistake, they have to call you and then verify. Few people do that. I completely agree. Few people actually call you up, few embassies, when they have their person who is checking, when they're checking in the embassy, if they find something faulty or a small mistake, they have to call you and mostly they will call you. But the volume of Schengen visas submitted by Indians is way too high for this to happen, guys. It is going to be very difficult for them to, like, they're getting tons and tons of applications every single week, and there are not many consulates or embassies. It depends on the geography. If you're staying in South India, it might be submitted to Mumbai or Delhi, or if it is in Bangalore, it's fine. Otherwise, it may go to Chennai. But lot of people, because of the volume, they may not be able to call you and ask, is this proper information or not, because they don't have the bandwidth. So if your cover letter is wrong, if your cover letter is not mentioned properly in terms of passport number, in terms of personal details, in terms of mentioning from where you're deporting, your passport validity, all these details should be spot on when you're submitting your cover letter or day-to-day itinerary. Itinerary and cover letter should reflect each other, and they should be exactly same whatever you mentioned in one of these letters. Now, you already know that Indians have lost more than crores of rupees in 2024 due to Schengen visa rejections. Now, the same thing, if you see for 2025, already there are a lot of rejections. And this number is just going higher and higher, guys. And as you know, there is no refunds for Schengen visa. VFS is not going to give you a refund. Embassy is not going to give you a refund. And the agent, the most important person here, the visa agent, is not going to give you even 1 rupee, because he is going to say issuing of visa is still under consulate's approval. So visa agent cannot influence a consulate's approval, right? So you're wasting your money, double the money. So that's why I mentioned in my last video, even if you're getting rejected, get rejected in your own money. At least you don't have to spend that 15,000 extra, again spend 10,000 for embassy fees, 25,000. It's going to be a lot of money. So be proactive whenever you are preparing for Schengen visas, cover letter or day-to-day itinerary. You have to be very proactive, guys. And I have prepared personally for many people who have pinged me on Instagram, who have reached out to me saying, I need a cover letter, I need a day-to-day itinerary. I have provided them, they've got their visas. So, at least go for someone who is trustworthy, or you prepare by yourself is what I would suggest. Save your money, prepare by yourself. If you need help, I'm always there, I can surely assist you. But please remember that cover letter and day-to-day itinerary reflect on your visa, and these are very important documents. So please do not take it lightly, guys. So I hope this video was very informative. I'll catch you guys in my next video.